Alrighty, it looks like we're about to go into the game, guys.
Here we go.
Everyone's getting ready.
Let's go. Good luck to both teams for AYAYA and JC. We're about to find out in a moment here.
We should see it happening. I remember they did just say that.
There
we go.
There we go. Just a bit of a moment. Just a bit of a moment.
Let's slip on the line. The gangway is taking the shore and we're underway making way.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm hoping to see some DD action here, like full on, like full stratting with them. Absolutely just decimating ships with torps in a situation where they, wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to kick us off with AYAYA on the off side?
Yeah, why not? I mean, like, it's actually going to be a very interesting lineup here we've got going on here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, interesting. We got a Vincent Kremlin combo with Salem, Noveski, Petro, Gearing, 2 Darians, and a Haragumo. Interesting counterattack by a JC with a St. Vincent, Kremlin, Demoy, Noveski, Petro, Gearing, Kleber, Grozvoy. Delny. I will be honest, what's going on here is that seeing the Grozvoy in action here and also the Haragumo. But let's just see what's going on with AYA's team gameplay here. Let's see what's going on.
I'm surprised they got 2 Darings.
Yeah,
Daring is a
gunboat
that occasionally plays torpedoes.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice for both teams, I have to say. So it looks like the Haragumo's fired up engine boost and probably will be going towards A at this stage. The Daring is also coming up to accompany it. There's one Daring that's going loosely between Bravo and A at this stage, accompanied by Salem and Kremlin behind them. Petro's looking like it's actually going to go towards the back end of A. And St. Vincent, Gearing, and Noveski having to Charlie. Over to you, Black.
So we have quite a heavy push happening over to the seaside on JC here. We have a Gearing, Petro, Nevsky, Des Moines, St. Vincent, and a Kremlin all pushing over to that seaside. They're expecting to have a fight there. We've got the Grozovoy going straight into B with the Kleber and the Delny heading over to A solo with no cruiser backup. So they're really not reading into much happening over on this A side. But from what I'm seeing, it looks like they're going to be met with a Salem and a Kremlin, and it's going to be very tough. They're going to have to get in there and get out real quick, smart, or even just hold the ground with mass torp war over there. But I'm expecting a massive fight happening over at sea. It looks like it's going to be definitely interesting to keep an eye out over on the seaside.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, like, at the moment, I'm just, like, looking at AYAYA again, and just, like, looking and from different angles. It looks like a possibility that AYAYA is anticipating a very hard push in A. Hence why a lot of ships there. But over in Charlie, very different, gameplay right there at this stage. So it could be a bit of a torp jolting or HE spamming. We'll see.
Well, it looks like the Kremlin is just going to be staying on station around the GH6 line and then just being that crossfire gunner for Bravo side for the bigger ships, or C as well. He's definitely in that right position. If he stays in there, he can easily shoot over to C and B, potentially even just get a ship unaware that's holding the opposite position around where the Kremlin is on the other side for AYAYA being on the D4 line. So this is going to be very interesting to see if we get any battleship on battleship action. We've got torps already going over on the seaside here. Gearing is going with Nevsky and the St. Vincent for a pretty far flank over on the seaside. No one really wanting to push in that quick and early to get it. Petro on AYAYA has popped his radar showing the Petro and the Des Moines. The Grozovoy, that Kremlin almost gets spotted by the radar, but it runs out just in time to keep them dark.
The Daring actually up here, an AYAYA team is actually going to be encountering some incredible torps here. But he's actually might take one. Oh, damn, so close. Holy dooly, that's too close.
Kleber on JC side is very close to that. He definitely read into those torps very well.
But will he escape the second wave?
He sees them now. For sure. And he's turning. He's may cop one here.
Yep, he
He
would.
will.
Oh!
Oh,
just
so
skims it.
close.
Well, that took the camo off his starboard side.
110% there. The daring is actually copping on the AS side some fight from the Grozvoy, but there's Torps coming his way. He's not going to have enough speed to move. He's going back. He may just... Whoa! He's going backwards and he manages to miss it. He's going to have to get quick smart. There's another round of volley coming right at him.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, like, it's actually, he has to move right there, and he's
got
going to
enough speed to do it.
Yeah,
and he's going to fire back with 2 rounds of Torps. Going, you know what, sir? You've got Torps and I've got Torps too, and I'm going to re-send that favor.
That's it. I mean, like, it's actually interesting, you know, like, your hit and run tactic, but there's a lot of Torp jousting for both sides. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Ian, you've just won my giveaway there.
Oh, jeez.
Now, it is all fair, and in fairness as well, casters are able to join into the giveaways, by the way, guys, because they are also formerly players as well. Just trying to make it even for everybody in the chats, even the casters as well. So, Ian, just remind me that that is your giveaway at the end. And I'll reopen it, guys. Hashtag HOTS to join.
It's interesting to see how both teams are playing this at the moment, because they're not rushing it at each other right now. AYAYA is just like, you know, getting a feel for it on both sides. And at this point, just by looking at it, it could be anyone's game.
Yeah, I honestly thought we were going to see a massive battle over at C, but everyone just seems to just turn away and are now focusing on the B and the A side.
Yeah.
It's very odd. There was quite a lot of force happening. Oh, someone just took some Torps. Was it the Salem and the Harugamo for AYAYA over on the A side?
This Darren might he caught a Torp? No, he just avoided up just in time.
He's going to outrun him perfectly there. So we've got the Kremlin with another Kremlin and a Petro shooting at him over on the B side here.
And just remember too, AYAYA hold 2 caps, so all they have to really do now is just defend. So JC are the ones that are going to have to decide whether or not they're going to push and push hard.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're definitely going to have to do something, because the longer that AYAYA hold this caps, they're going to just start taking more and more points off of JC.
Yeah, of course. It's actually interesting, like, JC and AYAYA are like, you know, if you take it, we'll take it back like a few minutes later, and then they're just, you know, basically comfortably teasing each other. It's kind of funny when you see it doing that, but
we can definitely see that JC is starting to take the C cap.
Yeah.
But you've got the Salem moving in as well, so he's shooting at the Grozvoy, which is a pretty good gunboat as well.
Yeah, that's right.
With smoke, so he can hold his own against a cruiser.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's got the Calbert in support, so...
Daring's going to throw some Torps over at the Grozvoys and the Kleber's side, as the Kleber and the Grozvoys sent their Torps as well. Definitely looks like the Kremlin is edging back and then forward again in this fight on the AYAYA side in the B cap. He's still copping fire from the Petro. He's going to return the favor. JC's Kremlin just missing Torps.
It looks like the Grozvoy has dodged that successfully.
And as you can see, guys, JC finally gets a cap on the board.
Make that 2. And
2
3.
points, sorry. Yeah, they've got
Make
2.
it 3.
And they're trying to get
a 3rd, but not yet.
No, not going to get it.
The points are pretty much dead even.
Yeah, it just seems to be whoever's got the highest HP pool is in the lead with this right now, which is good to see that it's coming down to actual, you know, player input into the match on damage and whatnot that they can do. Petro has just put out his radar. Sorry, Des Moines has put out their radar for the Petro.
That Salem coughed a blow in there. It's got 3 DDs, so actually smashing it at the moment. But this is interesting.
I bring back the A cap. They're really pushing it hard this time. There's not much support over on the A side for JC. They've just got their 3 DDs. If they had another cruiser over there to help with some bigger target support, it'd be a much different story. They are burning down the Salem, though. It's definitely doing some damage to them.
Yeah, that's very true.
He's still on fire. He's copping AP. It's interesting that they're firing AP at him, just hoping to get a Citadel there. It feels like the way that he is pulling away, they should be switching to HE, which the Grozavoy has finally done, and just start keeping him on fire.
Mm-hmm. This is actually pretty good to see, like, you know, 3 DDs holding off a cap on the far A side, while the rest of the other battleships and cruisers are dealing with each other over the far side. And, you know, it could be anyone's guess at the moment with all the action going on. But they're in
over on the C side.
Look at that. Wow.
On the C side, the Petro solely in the fight at sea with the Gearing and Nevsky on station for support if need be. Not really doing much at this time. So I think most of the action is going to be around about the A and the B sites. Kremlin for JC taking 1 torp and possibly going to get a second here.
Maybe.
He's managed to maneuver away.
There he goes. He's done a good job of doing so.
He's got torps coming on his rear, though. Don't know where they came from. Must have been the Gearing.
Must have been. But there's a lot of torp jousting, and there's some incoming torps heading towards
Petro
the
on JC at B cap has just taken an AP volley from the Kremlin.
Interesting gunfire fight going on here over at the Alpha Cap with the Des Moines, Salem, is really hanging in there against those destroyers. But it's good to see the Grozavoy, Delny, and Claver alternating a smoke. And oh, wait a minute, will this Grozavoy run into this torpedo? Could be.
Yeah, he's definitely copped it here.
He's coughed it.
Yeah, unfortunately, that takes him down. The first ship has been sunk. It's the Grozavoy on the JC side. Unfortunately for them, having the 3 DDs there without a backup cruiser hasn't worked out for them in the end. With AYAYA still holding the cap. This Daring's getting close to these torps.
Yeah.
He's going to miss them.
These torps going on the Petro, he might cop at least 1. No, he's actually dodged them all successfully.
The Daring on the B side for AYAYA has sent out his torps, heading for the Petro and the Kremlin once again. They've definitely held station. Having the 2 Kremlins in the B side is going to be really good for some battleship against battleship action here. With the Petro flanking, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. I believe the Petro is going to be the target because he is at the lower HP.
And the
He's got a St. Vincent coming up behind.
Yeah.
There is a St. Vincent coming up behind them. This is very dangerous for JC
that
here.
is very true. Look at that. Bow.
Yeah.
Exit left.
The enemy is about to win.
So JC's... I don't know what happened there. JC was actually in a good spot to begin with, and then... Yeah.
It definitely looks that AYAYA has read into their strategy and just counter-strategized them perfectly here. That's St. Vincent just playing his time.
The enemy is about to win.
Yeah.
There's just nothing the JC can do now. It's going to be... The Kremlin's just going to ram each other by the looks of it.
It's unreal,
And
man.
JC's Delany just went down. So that's, what, 2 to 3 in AYA's favour of ships that are lost.
Looks like the Kremlins are avoiding each other.
Oh, it's a broadside battle.
It looks brutal. No? Wait, what? I'm confused. What?
They weren't loaded and ready for it.
Oh man. I was excited.
Unfortunately, JC's Kremlin is outgunned here, burning on
Yeah.
fire.
Well, you did say you wanted to see some battleship on battleship action, Flack. There you go.
Yeah, but I didn't want them just passing mail and food over to each other. I wanted to see them shoot at each other.
Oh, well, Kremlin from AYAYA let go, so maybe attach the mail to the shell, get there a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
We
worries.
do see JC trying to attempt to solo cap the Alpha cap here. It's a little too late. The ships is too spread out. There's the Nevsky, which is out in the blue nowhere on the H10 line, just sitting there. What
Yeah.
are you doing over there, Nevsky?
Yeah, no.
Coming up and helping your team. He must have a plan, but he's now shooting at the Petro.
There's a plan. There's no plan.
Well, his plan could be just to deny him the
He's
extra
about to cop
points.
a broadside here, though.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's lucky they just fell short.
Come on, mate.
Look at this action from the gearing on the JC side. Is he going to have a Tassie maneuver on the Kremlin?
Good day.
Starting to get secondaries and primaries coming from the St. Vincent. He's not even worrying about the Kremlin now. He's just going straight for St. Vincent.
That's it. The Gearing's actually in JC's got like doesn't know which one to pick. It's like he's contemplating, well, should I go get the Kremlin or should I go to the St. Vincent?
The trouble is, if the gearing turns around, he's going to be exposed and he's broadside to the St. Vincent. Not a good maneuver.
No, he's actually.
That St. Vincent definitely knew that those torps were coming by the movement and the behavior of the gearing. Sorry, he knew those torps were coming. It was
exactly.
plain and simple.
Oh damn, that was a
he's got
big hit.
torps out. Definitely got torps out, but I don't think they're going to make it in time.
No. That Gearing's gonna cop it there big time with all the firepower's going all over the place. Oh. I hate to be
How
that
has he
Gearing right now.
managed
I don't know how
get away
he's
with that?
I don't know. He actually,
Well, but he's in his smoke, so they'll just have to guess on where he is. You know, it's
well, the
one of the-
hydroacoustics is actually should be in range now. There he is.
yeah, he's gone.
There you go.
There we go. AYAYA win. They're going through.
Well, that was a very interesting match there, guys. I mean, AYAYA has definitely gone through on that one. That was a very well received gameplay. So, what's it looking like in the best of 3 there, folks? It looks like that Team AYAYA has actually completed it and actually dominated this battle series for best of 3 against JC. So, good games. Definitely for both teams right there.
It's very interesting to see the gameplay from JC today. Not what we seen of JC yesterday. They were very, very aggressive and taking control. And today it just seems that AYAYA just on form, clearly, absolutely bustering them. 2-0 win on the best of 3.
So, Fortified Dangle and also Alexa NS021, you have been pulled out for the King in the Sea code. Message me on Twitch and let me know. Thank you so much, folks.
Alrighty, so it looks like next up we will be seeing Cats versus AYAYA at 4:30 p.m. So that is in just over 30 minutes time.
Yeah. So while we can do that, we may as well talk about both teams since we're here. Look, Cats. All right. Black, 1, Tassie. Go ahead, take it to the floor. Tell us what you think about Cats.
Cats surprised me for sure with the way that they played yesterday. It was interesting to see how they also were able to counter strat and then rearrange their own strat in the time that they needed it. it definitely looked like at some points yesterday that they weren't going to be very strong, but then they just very much at the right moment of those maps just pulled it back and was definitely on the line going, you know what? We don't do this now and make it happen. We're out. We're not going to make it here. We need to really, really, really do something about this. And for them to beat Funny today is really, really good for them. And then, coming up against AYAYA, because I believe, did we already see a Cats versus JC yesterday?
Cats versus JC, or was it Cats versus Rise, wasn't it?
It was Rise,
Yeah,
yes, correct.
Rise,
It was
yeah.
Rise. Don't know why I thought it was JC, but I mean, it would have been very interesting if it was, and then for them to get through. But obviously, that makes sense that it wasn't.
And you've got to remember too that the pressure that's going to be on the caller. Not only does he have to play his ship and worry about his placing, but he's also got to worry about where all his teammates' ships are. So the pressure on the caller could play a big part in their decision making as well. So if they make a wrong decision, do they try and counteract their decision? And so we've got to look at that side of it. Now, we're starting to get into the top end. So the pressure on the callers is going to be astronomical. What do you reckon, Raven?
It can be. It definitely can be. I mean, I'm just double checking. Sorry, guys. I mean, I just noticed that I was pinged about something else. But look, it can be, either way. Both Cats and AYAYA have shown the potential to get this far. And to talk about this is actually the battle for third place. All right. So whoever wins this becomes third place overall for the regional finals. So if I were going to take a bet, now this is the trouble between two teams. It's more of a 50-50 split, flip the coin. They both deserve the position, they both deserve the win. In all seriousness though, I'd like to see maybe AYAYA be the victor for third place.
I'm going to go against you. I'm going to say that the Cats are going to claw their way back and take third spot.
Yeah, look, in all seriousness though, that both teams have actually got this far like last year for the King of the Sea, and they did very well, so it could be anyone's game.
Yeah, I mean, I think with both teams, Cats and AYAYA, I mean, AYAYA's just come off the back of a pretty easy win if you look at it like that. We didn't see the Cats versus Funny game, so we don't know how much of a amount of energy that Cats had to put into that game to win against Funny. So it definitely seems like it was a 2-0 because of how quickly that they were put in. So both teams that are coming up into this next matchup 2-0'd their opponents. So maybe that was pretty easy for them. Both teams have had an easy one, and it's just going to be intense. I'm hoping for it to be very intense, where it's very close and it's like down to the wire. It's going to be too hard to call for me. I don't think I can see how Cats and AYAYA are going to go. After the first match, that's when I think I'll be able to see which team's going to be the victor here.
Yeah,
Well, they're both.
Yeah, go ahead. Ian.
Yeah, I was going to say both Cats and AYAYA are now coming into a match where they're both are going to be on a high from their previous wins. So, again, are we going to see them come out aggressive, or are they going to just sit back and say, okay, let's just find out where the opponents have placed their ships? Mainly their radars and the DDs. So far, it's all been DD action. So
yeah, it's actually a fair point you raised there, because look, for those of you who missed out the semi-finals yesterday, and I have to say it was a blockbuster hit. All of us commentators here were absolutely stunned. We were saying like bro, crikey, mate, stroof, and all the rest of the word in here, folks.
A lot of Australian words.
And then a lot of Australian words here. But in all seriousness, though, on my YouTube channel that there are like the replays that you'll see it for yourselves. All of them were very well done. That made us think twice. You know, like it's good to see a lot of good tactics being thrown out there. There's a lot of like risky moves that did. And you know, when I'm thinking about cats and also AYAYA in this mindset right now, I have a feeling both of them will not want to back down for third place. They will want to push themselves hard and early. I could see it like a tiebreaker match coming up on this, you know, combo, but I don't think anyone, you know, would give up that easily, to be honest, to be fair.
Yeah, these guys aren't going to be giving up at all. They're very, very two teams that want to win this third place. Unfortunately, they didn't get through to the final, but they're definitely going to be happy with the third place for this as well, which should be really, really interesting to see. Honestly, like I said before, I can't call it. It's going to be so hard to see until the first match is done. So just to give everyone a heads up as well, it's also going to be a best of 3. We don't know the map bans and the maps and the ship bans yet. So we will get that soon. I've just been given confirmation that game will be started as scheduled. So that would be in 32 minutes time from now. And then we should know for sure by the end of that break that we do know what maps there are, what ship bans there are, and we'll give you guys all the latest once we find out ourselves as well. Have you guys got anything else that you wanted to say before we head to the break real quick?
Actually, out of curiosity's sake, I'm actually looking at the tournament advertisement for the King of the Sea for tonight. I'm just actually waiting for the results to see what happened tonight. Wow, Cats dominated against Funny in this evening with 2-0 win back to back, and same with AYAYA. So that would explain why we had so many quick matches. That was interesting.
So again, like I said, they're both Cats and AYAYA are coming off easy wins, I suppose you could say.
Yeah.
So they're both going to be hyped up. So we could be in for a really interesting match.
Yeah, that is very true. All right, folks, for the people in the giveaway at the moment right now on my channel, hashtag COTS, also for Flak, hashtag COTS. There is a giveaway in progress for both our channels. Definitely give Flak a follow. Also give the 1060 and also Tassie Devil a follow as well. Lovely streamers all around and commentators. You know, to be honest, I think I'm gonna say like for Flak, the One, and Tassie, COTS callers and commentators and streamers. There we go. I mean, they're awesome. There you go. So that makes sense. Everything I add there.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
That's true. That is true. But I mean, like, it's all worth it there. But a big shout out again to Flak for the hard work what he's been doing there. This is his second day of the first time for streaming King of the Sea. So keep up the good work there, Flak. Ian, great job, by the way, for the first 2 days that you did for King of the Sea for day 1 and 2. And Tassie, this is your first time commentating with us on the semi-finals and finals. It's good to have you. But look, folks, I mean, like, we're going to take 5 and go to the Be Right Back screen. Give ourselves a stretch. Take it easy. We're going to keep an eye on the rooms in the meantime. And then we'll give you an update about like 5-10 minutes before we start the next match. See you soon.